Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're digging into a recent news story, one that really touches on how we perceive public figures, especially around health and privacy. You brought up a CNN article about actress Michelle Trachtenberg.
That's right. Yeah, the article covers the public reaction to her appearance over the year before she passed away, and also how she responded to all that speculation and then ultimately what the cause of death was revealed to be.
Okay.
So our mission really is to understand that timeline, her side of it, and maybe what this whole situation tells us about celebrity health in the public eye.
Right, let's get into it then. The CNN piece lays out that Michelle Trachtenberg, who, so many people know from Buffy, Gossip Girl, even way back to Harriet the Spy, she sadly passed away on February 26th in Manhattan.
Yeah, and the New York City Medical Examiner later reported the cause of death was complications from diabetes mellitus.
Okay. And the article points out something interesting that happened about a year before that.
Exactly. She posted a selfie. I think it was with actress Alexa Penavega, just a photo. But it really set off a wave of comments from people online.
About her health.
Specifically about her health. Yeah, people were quite direct.
The article mentions one comment. Someone just flat out asked if she was sick.
Right. And Trachtenberg replied pretty directly, too. She kind of questioned it, like, how do I look sick? Pointed out she was 38, not 14.
Yeah.
And said she was pretty sad about the comment. It just shows that constant microscope they live under.
Definitely. And it didn't stop there, right? She addressed it again.
Yeah, the very next day, she made another post. Felt she needed to say more, I guess.
What did she say?
In the caption, she was really clear, said she'd never had plastic surgery, and insisted she was happy and healthy,
Okay.
and basically told the haters to check yourself.
Yeah.
It's such a clear example of someone trying to push back against that public narrative, trying to control it.
And then, well, this is where it gets quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Her final Instagram post.
Yeah, the article mentions that too, February 18th, so just 8 days before she passed? It was a throwback photo of herself.
Right.
And she'd captioned it saying she wanted to look like naughty #Tinkerbell. And now, well, that post has become this sort of online memorial, people leaving condolences there.
It's such a stark contrast, isn't it? Her public statements, assuring everyone she was healthy, and then the news later about diabetes complications.
It really is. It sort of highlights this tension, the pressure on public figures to project this image of perfect health, perfect everything, really.
While potentially dealing with something serious privately.
Exactly. And often these conditions, like diabetes, aren't visible on the surface. It makes
No.
you wonder about the assumptions we make just based on appearance.
It really does. And now seeing people go back through her old posts, why do you think that is? Why are people revisiting what she said back then?
Well, I think it's maybe a natural human reaction after something unexpected happens, especially a loss like this. People try to make sense of it.
Looking for clues, maybe.
Perhaps. Or just processing the information, reflecting on her words now, knowing what happened. It could also be a way of showing empathy, or maybe even some regret if people had jumped to conclusions before.
So pulling it all together, this deep dive into the CNN piece, it's actually quite a poignant story. An actress navigating all this public focus on her health while apparently dealing with a serious illness behind the scenes.
Yeah, and what really stands out is how it forces us to confront our own assumptions. Judging people based on how they look. It's a pretty strong reminder about respecting privacy.
Especially with health.
Especially with health, it's so personal. And this idea that celebrities' lives are totally public domain, well, this situation shows the potential downside of that perspective.
And the fact that people are looking back at her posts, it just underscores how permanent things are online, doesn't it? And the effect comments can have, intended or not.
Absolutely. It leaves you with a thought, really. How can we all just be a bit more mindful, maybe more empathetic online, remembering there's usually way more going on with someone than what we see?
Yeah, always more beneath the surface.